Caitlin Clark is the point guard and the standout rookie for the Indiana Fever, the WNBA team. She has been named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. And considering the type of year that she had, absolutely fabulous year that she had on the court, it's well deserved. But it's what she said in her interview with Time Magazine that has absolutely sent MAGA and conservatives, white conservatives in particular, into an absolute frenzy online. For some time, Caitlin Clark was the conservative darling, not particularly by her choice, but because conservatives, MAGA, Make America Great Again, saw her as an opportunity to use and leverage against black women. Ever since the incident with Angel Reese on the court, which was really just two athletes doing what athletes do, competing at a very high level, conservatives have attempted over and over again to pull Caitlin Clark into their MAGA fold so that they can use her against black women, very specifically. And it's what she said in the Time Magazine interview and in the video that I'm going to show you that really demonstrates this is exactly all they wanted her for. They never really supported her career. They never really supported her talent. They only supported the fact, MAGA really only supported the fact that they could use Caitlin Clark as a cudgel, as a way of undermining the position and the prominence of black women. Any black women that they can attack, they absolutely want that. Here's what she said in Time Magazine. She said the following, quote, "I want to say I've earned every single thing. But as a white person, there is privilege. This league has kind of been built on black players. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing." Now, let me pause and applause Caitlin Clark. Absolutely the case. Salute to you, my woke white sister. Salute to you for understanding that it's important for us to recognize the role of black women in every aspect of our society. I say this because you can clearly see a definitive attack from MAGA, from conservatives, and you can see it particularly from MAGA men attacking and undermining the position of black women, whether they be on the basketball court or whether they're on the Supreme Court. And it's this reaction, it's this comment that has sent so many conservatives into a frenzy. Megyn Kelly, formerly of Fox News and formerly of NBC and formerly of actual prominence and now just a regular old internet commentator. This is what she had to say about it. She said, quote, "Look at this. She's on the knee, all but apologizing for being white and getting attention. The self-flagellation, the, oh, please pay attention to the black players who are really the ones you want to celebrate. Condescending, fake, transparent, and sad." You're really mad about this, Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, you're really upset about this. What is it about black women getting recognition that triggers you so poorly? Is it the fact that you thought that you could become the next Oprah Winfrey with your huge contract from NBC, only to discover that you did not have the talent of Oprah Winfrey? Is that the reason you're so triggered by this? But Megyn Kelly wasn't by herself. There's so many other replies. And before I get to the replies, I want to play the video for you so that you can hear it out of Caitlin Clark's mouth yourself.
Black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, you know, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
Right on, Caitlin. This is absolutely, I mean, it doesn't take much, people, to recognize the folks who came before you. It is triggering to MAGA to recognize someone that came before them, especially if that someone is a black person. Even more difficult if it's a black woman. we've seen some of the greatest attacks on blackness that comes directly through black women, attacking black women, from Ketanji Brown Jackson on the Supreme Court all the way down to the basketball court. We've seen a concerted effort to undermine the position and the respect and the authority and the power that black women have and are garnering in this nation. Don't get it twisted. They come after black men quite a bit, a whole lot, but they have a special ire, a special disdain in their heart for black women. And we see it as evidenced by how they are now turning on Caitlin Clark because she had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to recognize the importance of the people who paved the way for her to be on that court and for her to be the athlete of the year and for her to achieve all the things that she's achieved. There was a pathway paved by the women in the WNBA that came before her. And this is just too triggering for MAGA, which lets you know that every bit of the support that they gave her up until this point was phony. As phony as Megyn Kelly is trying to say that Caitlin Clark is, that is how phony the entire support, this entire year of them trying to use Caitlin Clark as a wedge against black women, it was transparent to any of us who were paying attention before. But it's certainly transparent now as you read these comments. This one user says, oh, no, we don't want that one. That user was a threat to me. Let's take that one down. Oh, here's one. Gunther Eagleman. That's not his real name, but that's his alias on Twitter. This is what he said. I think she's severely misguided. An excellent athlete that doesn't correctly understand socioeconomic issues. First of all, Gunther, this has nothing to do with socioeconomic issues. This has everything to do with social issues and the fact that you hate black women. The issue here is the fact that MAGA simply cannot tolerate. They cannot stand the idea of black women getting the respect they are due for the accomplishments they achieved. It burns you all so deeply on the inside for a black person to get recognition, period. But then to turn around and see a white person give them the respect that they are due is extremely triggering for you all. Let's keep reading. Here's one that says, honestly, this is disappointing. I was a fan. No, you weren't. Let's stop right there. You were never a fan. They said, I was a fan, but no more. They will embrace her now. No reason to watch. Who's they? Black people? See, you reveal yourself. This is the depth of the racism that we're experiencing in 2024. This is what Donald Trump has brought back in vogue. This is what Elon Musk's Twitter has enabled and forwarded. Who are the they? They will embrace her now. What's wrong with them embracing her? What's wrong with black people embrace? You can't. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. It's in his name. Mr. White MAGA. Tells you everything that you need to know. Let's see another one. The replies directly to Caitlin on her Instagram were even wilder. Take a look at this one. I'm sorry that you were born white, Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry that you have God-given abilities that the world loves. It wasn't that propelled you to superstardom. It was your white privilege, Caitlin Clark. That was so unauthentic. Inauthentic? Why would you allow Timmy to call your fans racist in a piece like that? By giving black women credit, she's calling them racist. Look at this one. Love you, but your comments about white privilege made me sad. Maybe as you mature, you'll think differently. And then the next one simply called her bozo. Let's keep going. I love this one. It's a shame that you didn't win because of your skills on and off the court. Your fans thought so. You know, here's the thing. This is the intentional obtuseness of MAGA. They have to ignore the fact that she literally said, I earned everything that I got. But there is white privilege. They can't hold those ideas in their heads simultaneously. The cognitive dissonance makes their brains explode. The next three I love absolutely because they tried 3 times and someone pointed out traitor, spelled like Trader Joe's, traitor, traitor, traitor. And I love the reply, crazy you had 4 tries and never spelled traitor right. Here's John on Instagram saying, we can tell you are a closet liberal caving to the woke leftists in the WNBA that bullied you the entire last season. Liberalism is a disease. No, what's a disease is white supremacy. What's a disease is the MAGA mind virus. Be sure to go check that video out. what's a disease is racism, and the idea that someone who acknowledges the path that was paved by black women in the WNBA triggers you all so much. From Megyn Kelly all the way down to randoms on Instagram.